Hi everybody, this is Lynn from Creative Concept Crafts with the part 3 of this week's release, and containing the beautiful poppy card. It's this floating tent card along with matching box. Now I've done this one with the poppy with Armistice Day not too far away, and I've also decided to carry on and create the same card, but this time using the poinsettia. So this is the poppy box. There's no point in creating an envelope box for this particular card. The dimension of the flowers is just too much for an envelope box. So I'm just doing a box for each of these this week. Okay, so we're going to turn over to the component pieces that we need. And it's a quick and simple make is this one actually. We have our base card, which has just got two simple folds in the centre. Make sure it's burnished down. As ever, I've gone round the edge. I think you can just about make it out there, all the way round on the scoreboard to give me the beveled edge to match up the matte one, which is the green matte. And again, I've gone round that on the scoreboard, and then the same thing with our decorative matte. This particular one I've cut out in red glitter card. This is our tent support, which is like a letter W, and I'll explain how that one fits shortly. We have a sentiment that's included, and also this acetate circle, which gives the floating circle effect. So we're going to just do a little bit of matting and layering now to start off. Quick and simple, as I said. So I'm just going to whiz through the gluing, and as always, look for that bevel for you to make sure you're getting accurate mats and layer placing. This doesn't have to be just for Christmas, just for Armistice. You could use any of my flower collections for this, for birthdays, for anniversaries, even for a wedding. The rose would be beautiful done in whites. So don't feel that you've got to stick to, because I've put the poinsettia flowers on, you don't have to do that. There's an optional plain mat if you don't want the decor mat on. A lot of it gets covered up with the flowers anyway, so as I said, the options are always there with any of my designs. So again, I'm just hovering lightly before I start to press down to make sure I've got all the beveled edges into line before burnishing well down. I will turn onto the inside to make sure everything's well down. Take care particularly of corners, because I find if any are going to pop, it's the corners that usually do. Okay, so if you wanted to put a greeting, use that green matte size, which is matte 1. You could put it on the back, you could stamp a sentiment, you could type a sentiment or print out a sentiment onto that. I'm just going to do a quick bit of matting and layering. This particular greeting is It's Christmas Time. I thought with the poinsettia it was quite nice. I usually start in the centre when there's a mat for sentiments, just so that you get sort of an even placement, but you can usually see with the shape of the mat where the letters are going. Okay, so to add the acetate circle, doesn't have to be acetate. If you don't want, you could add, if you haven't got acetate, you could quite easily use just a matching piece of card. I use the acetate because I like the floating look. And we're just going to add some hot glue to the two little tabs that stick outside of the circle. They're going to the inside of the card, and the lower part of the circle comes to the outside, which you'll see in a minute when I come away from the... You'll see it as I lay it down. With it being acetate, it's a bit difficult to see. You see it when I lay the card down. So the placement is with the tabs sitting level with the cutout. I think you can see just about there. Can you see the tabs level with that cutout area? So the circle comes down on the outside, and it's just a little bit higher than the half fold of the card, so don't think it's in the wrong place. It isn't. It is just a little bit wider. Okay, so now we're ready to add the tent support. So it's like a letter W. The centre is a mountain and the other two pieces are your valleys. I'm just quickly gluing these into position. Do half, then do the other half, and then burnish everything down. Try and get it as flat as you can. That fold in the centre of the tent will go down flat to support your card. So if I turn it sideways on, I think you can see there it flattens down, and then just fold down to flatten to go in your box. Okay, so we're ready to start decorating. And I've cut out, I think it was 2 complete collections of the poinsettias here. I've put 3 pieces of the flowers together. You could do more. You could add all, I think there's 6, because there's 3 solids and 3 decor pieces to each flower. I haven't done on this particular one, but I think it might look nice. If you did, it might be worth a try. I'm just adding a little bit of hot glue to the centres of the flowers now and placing them onto the acetate. I always nestle the petals into one another. I just like the look, and they've been well shaped as well. So they're not flat, which is why you can't get it in an envelope box. It would flatten everything down too much, which is the reason I haven't done an envelope box for this particular design. So again, I'm just going to whiz through as I'm adding the flowers. And now bringing in the leaves, which I've been out with the glitter gun as per usual. The little cutout pieces that come out of the leaves, I've glittered them and I'm going to be using them as well. I like the effect that they give when you're adding. I just like the airy cutout, especially over the acetate pieces. It just makes everything look like it's floating. So I'm adding the more solid ones to where the cardstock is, and then keeping the decor, the cutout pieces for around the acetate. So I'm just gluing and just tucking under just wherever you fancy, and however many you want to put on here, it's entirely up to you. I think I cut a full set of leaves and I've used virtually all the pieces that cut out. I like the fullness. I think it's absolutely beautiful when it's completed. But again, try the different flowers in my collections, because a lot of them have got the skeleton flowers. They've all got the skeleton flowers. So over this acetate, when you've got the skeleton and it looks like it's floating, I just love it. I think it's so, so pretty. So just adding and adding and adding to wherever I feel you need the little bit of greenery. There we go, see. Just the sentiment to add, and I'm just going to add it to the acetate and across to the edge of the card there. Just having a look to see where I need to add the hot glue. So that's the edge. I just need to add a little bit to the centre of the acetate. And then if you just if there's any flowers in the way, just lift them up so that your sentiment sits flat down the back there. Adding one last leaf. Just nuzzling and tucking. And there's our beautiful poinsettia floating tent card. And there's our beautiful poppy. And of course our matching boxes. Hope you've enjoyed it. Until the next time, bye for now.